apparently we're all mutes now. We had a little bit of an audio issue, I guess, with the music and that countdown. But hey, I guess it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What does matter is if you can hear my voice. ASMR, ASMR. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Good. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to a brand new episode of Time to Football. My name is Hassan Khan, the host of this channel that we like to call Time to Football. Glad you guys are joining us. There it is. There it is. It's my flipping Mac, dude. And that's why I'm late today as well. Like, again, every Thursday, I got to wait for these freaking graphics to export, which I've been complaining about my Mac, which it's coming in next week. It's coming in next week. I dropped $3,000 for this new MacBook. Hey, it's an investment. It's an investment. I used to work at Apple, by the way, if you guys didn't know that. Neat fact. And I had a discount where I could get like $500 off. And so I got my MacBook for like $700. And it's been lasting me for like 6 years. I got it back in 2015. So it lasted this long now. I need to get a new one. I dropped $3,000 using a discount from a former coworker that still works there. Anyways, that's the reason behind the lateness. But thank you for tuning in regardless. I know that we have some people tuning into the live chat right now. We've got Aftershock Value saying, Grand Rising, just want to say thank you. I'm top 5 and you helped me out a whole lot. Keep on doing what you're doing. Amazing. Appreciate it, Aftershock Value. Chris saying, good morning, Hassan. Morning, T2F Rubio. Morning, brah. Big BS, brah. Morning, dude. Morning. Hey, I appreciate you guys tuning in. Got Thursday Night Football here tonight. Changed the lights to, I guess you could call it Minnesota Vikings colors, but this is supposed to be the purple for the Minnesota Vikings. This is supposed to be the yellow for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Would definitely love to hear your thoughts and your opinions on who do you think is going to win. We're going to get to weekly picks, and you guys voted on Instagram. Who do you think is going to win as well? We'll show you the results of all of that as well. But we're going to preview the Thursday Night Football game right now. So Minnesota Vikings, Kirk Cousins came into that game, was 7-0, going into that game against the Minnesota Viking, or against the Detroit Lions as a Minnesota Viking. Ended up losing. Now he's 7-1. Lions won on the final play. For the Pittsburgh Steelers, they were on the right side of that decision by John Harbaugh and the Baltimore Ravens for them to go to 2. Now both teams are still in the playoff race. Minnesota Vikings, more losses than wins, but that's okay. They can still rebound and pick up a victory here and still be in it. As far as the Pittsburgh Steelers, 6-5-1 now, they're not locked into the AFC wildcard race. But, however, if the playoffs were to start today, they would be in. So it should be a good one. I mean, I'll show you my picks on who I think is going to win later on here in this episode. But yeah, it should be a good one for sure. I mean, I'll get you guys caught up on some injury news on like who's in and who's out as far as that Minnesota Vikings game goes. For the Minnesota Vikings, Adam Thielen, we've known this. Like if you've been keeping up with the news and the practice regime of Adam Thielen, high ankle sprain suffer that injury against the Detroit Lions, was taken out of the game, and then it's a short turnaround Thursday, like as we expected. Adam Thielen is not going to be playing. It's going to be Justin Jefferson who's going to step in to get the majority of the looks, and then KJ Osborne is going to step in as a number 2 receiver on top of that as well. However, this is interesting news that we learned just 30 minutes ago. Dalvin Cook has been medically cleared to participate in this game for the Minnesota Vikings. So I say participate because we don't know if he's going to be getting the lion's share of carries. We don't know if it's going to be Alexander Mattison. We just don't know. And I cannot give you any more insight on that. That's all we know, is that he has been cleared. Now, it kind of worries me a bit that you're clearing him so soon, which, I mean, medically, if he's okay, then he's okay. I get that. But you could use this week as a rest week for him. Alexander Mattison is one of the better handcuffs in all of football, next to Tony Pollard and all those other guys as well. So I don't understand the decision to put in Dalvin Cook just so soon. But hey, if he's good to go, he's good to go. But we don't know if he's going to get the majority of the carries. We don't know the game plan, what Mike Zimmer has planned. But yeah, Dalvin Cook is expected to play this tonight, actually, this game. As far as the Steelers go, Chase Claypool should be good to go. He had a toe injury. Did not practice on Monday. Well, estimated did not practice. And then on Tuesday, he did practice. So he should be good to go. Ben Roethlisberger as well has been taking some time off from practice for probably the last few weeks because he has a pec injury, but that's okay. He's been playing in every game. So with the exception of one. Ben Roethlisberger missed, but that's okay. Yeah, that is previewing the Thursday night football game. Again, leave your thoughts, your comments. Who do you think is going to win? Should be a good one. NFC battle versus AFC battle. Both of them have something on the line, trying to make the playoff race. Yeah, can't believe they're risking Cook here. That's what Mauricio says. It's like I said, if he's cleared, he's cleared. Like, he should be good to go. But I mean, I think it's just like our perception that's like, oh, you said like 2 weeks, like he was going to miss 2 games, and it's a short turnaround as well. And it's like he was questionable going into the game. Like, he didn't practice, like he was estimated not to practice on Monday, but then he was limited on Tuesday. It's like, oh, you're kind of rushing things. But I mean, again, whoever, like the Minnesota Vikings internally have the best knowledge on the best decision for Dalvin Cook. Let's get into NFL news and notes that's going around the league. Like, what is some things that we can take away from this game or this day here today on Thursday, December 9th, 2021. So we talked about Adam Thielen, Dalvin Cook. Let's go to the Saints real quick. Mark Ingram has been placed on the reserve/COVID-19 list. Ooh, we've got plenty of names to mention regarding that COVID-19 list, which we're going to get into in just a bit. But let's keep on the topic of the Saints, because even though Mark Ingram is going to be out for this game, more than likely, Alvin Kamara is expected to come back. He's expected to come back after a 3-game, 4-game absence, something like that. His knee seems like it's fine. He almost came back last week. He was limited, but then they eventually just ruled him out. Went with the duo of Mark Ingram and Ty Montgomery. And now in this game, Alvin Kamara is going to get the lion's share of the running back carries, which should be good. Justin Fields is going to be starting for the Chicago Bears against the Green Bay Packers. He's been medically cleared. He is on his way to make his return. Zach Cunningham, very talented linebacker of the Houston Texans, has been released. Now, I know that name value will make you think like, okay, this was a bad decision by the Houston Texans. Kinda. So, essentially, if you look at the cap space versus the production that he's been putting up, he actually lost his job, his starting job. So they were going to use him sparingly. So at this point, it's like, okay, do we just get rid of him so we can free up some money? The answer is yes. That's what the Houston Texans want to do. They want to just continue to get up that salary cap, get that money for free agency, get those draft picks for the NFL draft, which we expect Deshaun Watson to be traded sometime before the NFL draft this upcoming offseason. And Zach Cunningham has been released. So you could compare it to the situation of the Dallas Cowboys when they released Jalen Smith, and people were like, oh, man, why'd you release Jalen Smith? Like, he's a very talented linebacker. Yes, in the past. But this year, like, he was starting to lose snaps because there was Leighton Vander Esch that was coming back. Like, Micah Parsons has been having a great rookie season. Like, there's a lot of other talented linebackers over there. That Jalen Smith is just losing snaps. It's not worth keeping him for that much money. So, same exact situation. They just decided to get rid of Zach Cunningham, who is a tackle machine. Yes, I get you that. I'll give him that. Tackle machine. But they decided it's best at this point to just move on. Okay, so speaking of the COVID-19 list, Mike Williams of the Chargers and Chris Harris Jr. of the Chargers have been placed on that list. This is coming after Mike Williams was in close contact with Keenan Allen, who yesterday was placed on that COVID-19 list. Maybe it was the day before. Keenan Allen, the good news is he's vaccinated. So there is a good chance that he can come back and play this Sunday against the New York Giants. However, Mike Williams, you wait a day after Keenan Allen, you place on that list. Even if you are vaccinated, it's going to be tougher and tougher and tougher if you get put on that COVID-19 list prior to this week's game later on in the week. Austin Eckler, speaking of the Chargers, has been limited in practice because of an ankle injury. So that's something to monitor. He came away with an injury last week. I mean, we don't think it's too serious, but like the fact that he's limited gives us a little bit of hope, but just monitor his status. DeAndre Swift is not practicing. We kind of expected this. He's a long shot to play this week. But I just wanted to put on your radar, like, okay, what's the status on DeAndre Swift this week? He's not going to be playing more than likely. So just keep that in mind. David Montgomery, however, this is new. He came away from this game against the Arizona Cardinals, David Montgomery for the Chicago Bears, having so many snaps, so many carries, so many receptions. I think it was like 9 targets, 8 receptions, 21 carries. Like, I think he had 29 total touches, if I'm not mistaken. Like, they utilized him a lot, and he had a great game. He came out of that game a little bit banged up. Now, we didn't initially hear about this right after the game. We didn't hear, like, according to a report, David Montgomery is feeling soreness. And no, we didn't hear about that. This actually came on Wednesday when they had to officially, like, give out the practice reports. David Montgomery was a non participant on Wednesday's practice report. So that is big news for the Chicago Bears. Probably the most talented player that they have on that offense right now. He was held out of practice. And what he's dealing with: shoulder injury, groin injury, glute injury. All three of those. I mean, it kind of makes sense if you use him in that workhorse role that he's going to be a little bit banged up. But listen, don't panic just yet. Thursday is very, very telling on the status of David Montgomery. Maybe this was just, let's just rest him because we've been using him a lot. Like, let's just give him a little bit of rest. I don't know. Maybe he is dealing with some soreness and some pain in those areas, but this could be a good day for him to rest. Okay, so we talked about the Saints. Taysom Hill, he practiced in full. So, again, mallet finger. What's wrong with his throwing hand? Kind of the same thing that's Russell Wilson had, but not to the extent. He didn't need surgery. Sean Payton already came out and said Taysom Hill is going to start against the New York Jets. So no more updates about Taysom Hill except that he's just going to be practicing fully this week. His injury doesn't seem to be limiting him to the extent that he's not going to be playing. So he will be starting. Tony Pollard has a foot injury. He did not practice yesterday. For you guys that keep tabs on Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard, what's going on with them? I know Zeke had a knee injury as well. He might be limited moving forward as well. So, I mean, Tony Pollard, the fact that he has a foot injury may open up more doors for Ezekiel Elliott to get more touches. T. Higgins, knee injury, did not practice. So that is big news for the Bengals who face the 49ers. Jamar Chase and Tyler Boyd would be the main guys that Joe Burrow would target. Deebo Samuel did not practice because of that groin injury. Again, 1 to 2 weeks is a timetable. Already missed one game. Kyle Shanahan has come out and said, okay, on Tuesday, excuse me. On Tuesday, Kyle Shanahan said, Deebo Samuel, we're hopeful that he returns to practice on Wednesday. Didn't return to practice. Oh, we're hopeful that he returns to practice on Thursday. So today's Thursday. We'll see if that happens or not. But he's also going to be playing, or they're hopeful that he can be playing in this game against the Cincinnati Bengals. And I went on a little bit of a tangent yesterday. I was like, maybe you should wait on putting him out there. Maybe you should just wait until you're on your own home turf and don't really rush it. But, I mean, if you're in the playoff race right now, and if they didn't lose that game against the Seattle Seahawks, I don't think they would be under so much pressure right now. But they're under a little bit of pressure right now to go ahead and put in Deebo Samuel. So we'll see if he can practice in some sort of capacity this week. But speaking about the 49ers, Elijah Mitchell is dealing with a knee irritation on top of his concussion. He did not practice. Okay, already. Elijah Mitchell more than likely will not be playing. I'm going to go ahead and say I am 95% sure that Elijah Mitchell will not be playing. Just because concussion symptoms happened on Monday, you didn't think it happened on Sunday, cleared concussion protocol, was able to come back into the game. Then on Monday, have those concussion symptoms again. Actually, it happens more than I thought. So, I can't fault the 49ers for putting Elijah Mitchell back in. But dealing with the concussion issues, with a knee injury as well, it's looking like it's going to be Jeff Wilson and JaMychal Hasty that take over as the lead backs. And Jeff Wilson himself is dealing with a knee injury, so keep that in mind. I think he's going to be limited throughout the week. He might play, but we still don't know his status just yet. Darren Waller is dealing with a knee injury. He did not practice. Again, it went from week to week to day, so he's getting closer and closer to his return. Darren Waller more than likely won't be playing this week, but maybe in week 15 he could be playing. Melvin Gordon returned to practice after suffering that hip injury, was out last week, was doubtful. Then eventually they downgraded him to out. Javonte Williams took over as a lead back, and now they expect him to have that RB1, RB2 role, 1A, 1B, 1-2 punch for Melvin Gordon and Javonte Williams against the Detroit Lions. Jair Alexander has been designated to return off of injured reserve. That is good news for the Green Bay Packers. For Alexander, who has not played since week 4, suffering a shoulder injury, they put him on injured reserve. Now it looks like he's going to be coming back, giving a big boost for that Packers secondary against the Bears offense that already is. If David Montgomery misses a game, it's going to be tough. Interesting news under the radar for you guys. The 42 people that are tuning in right now, you're getting a little bit of an inside information right here. I mean, it's public, but it hasn't been like announced everywhere. Tevin Coleman is dealing with a concussion symptoms. He's in concussion protocol. We don't know if he's going to be cleared or not to play this Sunday. So for you guys that play fantasy football, golly, my voice. For you guys that play fantasy football, Ty Johnson would be the guy to step in. And I say Ty Johnson over Austin Walter because in I think it was week 12 against the Houston Texans, Tevin Coleman, main back. Okay, we know this. Main back for the Jets. But Ty Johnson had 23% of snaps. Austin Walter had 16% of snaps. Even though Austin Walter got the touchdown, he had 9 carries, whatever. Ty Johnson had more snaps. And then last week, Ty Johnson had the most snaps out of any other running back, out of Tevin Coleman, out of Austin Walter. He had 48% of the snaps for the New York Jets. So if you need a running back this week in fantasy football, think about Ty Johnson as a sneaky pickup. I went ahead and picked him up this morning after I read the news of Tevin Coleman being in concussion protocol. I was like, I'm a David Montgomery owner. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I don't know if he's going to be playing or not. I have Ramondre Stevenson, Myles Gaskin, but they're both on a bye. Like, I need a running back. I'm desperate for one if David Montgomery doesn't play. Ty Johnson could be my guy. Keep that in mind. Montez Sweat has been put on the COVID-19 list. Very talented Washington football team defensive end has been placed on the list. His status is unknown. And then the last little bit of news, Daniel Carlson and AJ Cole, both very talented special teamers for the Las Vegas Raiders, have been signed to 4-year contract extensions, each of them. Carlson having a good season, Cole having a good season as well. They locked up their special teams for years to come. And that is your NFL news and notes for today, December 9th, 2021. We're going to get into weekly picks in just a second, but let me go ahead and take this time to tell you guys about engineered sleep. Let's get serious. Did you know that you spend roughly a third of your life in bed? That's a lot of time if you think about it. On average, 6 to 8 hours a night and over 220,000 hours in a lifetime. If you're not getting quality sleep, it has a severe negative impact on everything the next day. I'm talking about tests, meetings, presentations, or just everyday tasks. You want to be your best no matter what. The sleep experts at Engineer Sleep have been at it for over 100 years. They've cracked the code to getting better sleep. They ask the right questions to get you exactly what you need so you can sleep better. We partnered up with them to get you 10% off. That's up to $250 and 2 free pillows if you use the promo code T2F. These guys crush it. They have a 5-star Google rating, and all of their products are 100% American-made. Don't sleep on this offer. Click that link in the description, engineersleep.com. Use the promo code T2F. Get yourself a good night's rest. Golly. Excuse me for you guys that are listening on the podcast app. Oh, man. Real water drinkers know that not all water tastes the same. Great value. Some of the best stuff out there because I get to save money. Speaking of money, do you guys know what NFTs are by any chance? Okay, what's an NFT? I have no freaking idea what that is. Is it like okay, so I know it's like a digital image that you can like buy, right? Or like a video. Can you buy a video? Is it like you just own rights to it that you can use? I don't know what it is. I just know that Gary Vee, which by the way, Gary Vee is awesome. Like he gives a lot of great advice and he can call a lot of things. Like he says like TikTok is going to be the biggest thing in this world. TikTok. He called it. And he was like an early investor in like Facebook or something. Right? So he like made $1 million, millions and millions, not just 1 million from investing in that. Yeah, what the heck is an NFT? Yeah, Gary Vee just talks about it a lot. Gary Vee also says things like, I would give my right arm to be 25 again. I'm like, whoa. Take it easy there, brother. Okay. Now let's get into weekly picks for today. Now the audio for this has been kind of messing up, so I don't know if this is going to be working or not. But I'm going to go ahead and I pre-recorded this, so let me just play this video, see if the audio works or not, and then I'm going to get back to you guys. So here are the weekly picks for Week 14. Week 14 begins with the Minnesota Vikings hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. As long as he's been in Minnesota, Kirk Cousins was 7-0 against the Lions, until last week, with the Lions picking up their first win against the Vikings. The Steelers are coming off the right side of a controversial decision last week by the Ravens. We asked you guys on Instagram, who's going to win this game? And if we look at the polls, 59% are favoring the Vikings, while only 41% like the Steelers. We think it's going to be close, but we're taking the Steelers on the road to win by 4. Washington has made the NFC East a tight race, as they can alter the standings even more against the Dallas Cowboys. Playing great defense and running the ball has been the football team's key to a 4-game winning streak. The Cowboys are coming off a dominating performance last week against the Saints and currently lead the division by 2 games. Taking it to the polls, we asked you guys who's going to win. 72% like the Cowboys on the road, only 28% like Washington. We're taking the Cowboys to win by 6. The Jacksonville Jaguars versus the Tennessee Titans. Though there's not much optimism for the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence seems to be improving slightly, not throwing an interception the last 2 weeks. For the Titans, Julio Jones could return and provide a much-needed boost for the pass game. Looking at the polls, a staggering 93% are favoring the Titans to win, while only 7% like the worst-rated team on our power rankings. We're taking the Titans to win big by 23. The Seattle Seahawks versus the Houston Texans. This might be the turning point for the Seahawks, as they defeated the 49ers last week, but sacrificed Jamal Adams in the process. For the Texans, rookie Davis Mills will be starting at quarterback. If we look at the polls, you guys favor the Seahawks to win in this one. 89% versus 11% are favoring the Texans. We're taking the Seahawks to win by 9. Division rematch from just a couple weeks ago. The Las Vegas Raiders versus the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs won big the last time these two teams faced, winning 41-14. The Raiders have lost 4 of their last 5 games and are in danger of missing the playoffs. And if we asked you guys on Instagram who's going to win this game, 81% like the Chiefs, while only 19% like the Raiders. We think the Chiefs are going to continue their winning streak to win by 10. Taysom Hill and the New Orleans Saints travel to East Rutherford to face the New York Jets. It wasn't a pretty performance for Hill in his starting debut, but the return of Alvin Kamara could benefit him this week. The Jets are coming off a tough defeat to the Eagles, though Zach Wilson reached the end zone 3 times. We asked you guys on Instagram who's going to win this game. 85% like the Saints to win, 15% like the Jets. We think the Saints are going to win big, win by 17. The Atlanta Falcons versus the Carolina Panthers. Panthers have used the bye week to reset after a blowout loss to the Dolphins. Meanwhile, the Falcons still have an outside chance of making the postseason, but another loss will make it extremely tough to get in. Taking it to the polls, 68% like the Panthers to win in this game, only 32% like the Falcons. We're actually going to go against the grain. We're taking the Falcons in an upset to win by 2. Division opponents facing each other twice in the last 3 weeks. The Baltimore Ravens versus the Cleveland Browns. The disappointment for the Ravens secondary continues as they lost Marlon Humphrey for the season. The Browns used their bye week to give Baker Mayfield's knee some much-needed rest. Will that matter in this game? Doesn't matter. 73% are favoring the Ravens to win, while only 27% like the Browns. We're going to take the Ravens to win by 8. It's going to be a tough one for the New York Giants offensively as they face the Los Angeles Chargers. The Giants are potentially down to the 3rd-string quarterback, Jake Fromm out of Georgia. The Chargers sit at 7-5 and are in a great position to further distance themselves in the AFC playoff race. Taking it to the polls, 93% like the Chargers to win in this one, and only 7% like the Giants. We're taking the Chargers to win by 20. Winless no more. The Detroit Lions take on the Denver Broncos. The Lions picked up their first victory on the final play of the game last week, having some momentum going into this Sunday. The Broncos are a different story, as they look great sometimes, but in other games, offensively, they struggle scoring. Will that matter in this game? You think the Broncos are going to continue to score in this game? 75% like the Broncos, while only 25% like the Lions. We're taking the Broncos to win by 5. The injury-riddled San Francisco 49ers versus the injury-riddled Cincinnati Bengals. The 49ers are still dealing with the injury of Deebo Samuel and could be without their top 2 backs in Elijah Mitchell and Jeff Wilson. Joe Burrow is dealing with an injury to his right pinky, but states that he'll tough it out and play through it. Taking it to the polls, we think it's going to be a little bit close. 49ers are favored to win by 57% of you, while only 43% like the Bengals. We're taking the Bengals to win by 4. One of the best games this week will be between the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Thankfully, Josh Allen may not have to endure windy elements this week. The Bucs are coming off a victory against the Falcons in which Tom Brady threw the ball over 50 times. Taking it to the polls, 74% like the Bucs, while only a fourth of you like the Bills. We don't think this is going to be a defensive game, but because the Bills' defense is better, we're taking the Bills to win by 2. Sunday Night Football, the Chicago Bears versus the Green Bay Packers. Justin Fields has been cleared and will start this week, but David Montgomery is so banged up that the Bears may have to rest him. We know how good the Packers' offense is, but their defense has been solid all season. And if you look at the polls, the Packers are favored to win in this one, 88% versus 12%. We're siding with you guys. We're taking the Packers to win by 16. And finally, Monday Night Football, the Los Angeles Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals. Arizona won by 17 earlier this season when these two faced, but many expect this to be a more competitive game. The Rams are reportedly planning on Sony Michel taking over the lead back duties once again. Taking it to the polls, the Cardinals are favored to win in this one, 64%, while 36% of you like the Rams. We're going to take the Cardinals to win in a close one by 3. And that is your weekly picks for today, this week at least, week 14. Again, I'm going to split that video up, and I'll be putting it as its own separate video probably here in the next hour or two after we end this live stream. So be on the lookout for that, because I know a lot of you guys asked for the spread and want to make some money. Want to make some money in states that allow you to bet responsibly. It's a shame that it's not legal in all 50 states at this point. It should be. It should be. What's the harm? What's the harm? You lose some money, you put in more money, you lose that money, you put in more money, you get an addiction. What's the harm? It's not you're not killing anyone. But yeah, that is your weekly picks. All right, now let's get into answering questions that you guys are leaving in the chat. What do you guys have for me? Let's see. Really, let's see. Rubio, also, you say I know this is the last little comment that you put here. I'm going to go back to the top of the comment list and then go all the way down. But you're saying, really, the Rams may start Sony Michel again. Yes. As a matter of fact, you don't know about that because it's a long shot. It's a long shot, but they're already preparing for it because I think the report that I read was Darrell Henderson, he did not practice. I want to say he didn't practice, and then Sony Michel could be in for a bigger role yet again. Now, Darrell Henderson, like, in that game was absolutely like, what's the point of him suiting up? You know what I'm saying? Against the Jaguars. This week, however, you may want to think about like, okay, let's limit Darrell Henderson. Let's work him in just a bit, but Sony Michel might get the lead back duties. Like, that's a possibility. That's just based off a report that I read. And if Darrell Henderson practices in like limited fashion or in full fashion, then Darrell Henderson is going to be playing. But he didn't practice from what I remember, so Sony Michel could be getting the lead back duties. Juan, you're saying, golly, Rubio also said this is a COVID symptom. Yeah, I have COVID, dude. I have some of that Keenan Allen stuff. Golly, dude. I'm going to mute my mic real quick and then cough real loud. Hi. All right, I'm back. For you guys that were listening on the on iTunes, you were like, "What the heck just happened?" You checked down on your phone, you were like, "Oh, is this guy still talking?" Oh, yep, this podcast is still going. Didn't freeze. Juan, Waiting on Elijah Mitchell news, Higgins news, and Mike Williams news. Oh yeah, it's brutal, man. It's brutal. Yeah, Higgins is kind of concerning just because it's like, oh, this came out of nowhere. Kind of like David Montgomery. It's like, I didn't know he was dealing with this. Didn't he seemed fine after the game. I mean, he didn't sit out or anything. But yeah, T. Higgins, like, monitor that status. And then Elijah Mitchell, I am not optimistic about. I'll be honest with you. I don't think he's going to be playing. Same thing with Mike Williams. 50-50 for him. Like Keenan Allen, I would say it's more like 70-30, 75-25. With Mike Williams, it's truly 50-50. Like you have to get a negative test before. Like if he's vaccinated, like that's even better. Then he's got to get that negative test and then he can play. From the sounds of it, it seems like he is vaccinated. Caliente Kid, morning. Salute to you in the chat. Just want to say thank you. I'm in second place because of your help. 12,000 grand prize, and I'm in it to win it. Thanks again. Much love. $12,000. Hold on. So you're in a 12-team league, and each of you put in $1,000. That's a lot of freaking money, dude. I don't even trust myself to win all that money. I don't. I'm not going over 100. Me personally, like this year in one of my leagues, we put in $100. I was like, yeah, I can cough it up. I can cough it up. Like, back in the day when you're like a college student or, you don't have a lot of money, you're like, oh man, I can only put up like 25 max. Like even that's a lot, Now it's like, all right, well, once you get a little bit older, $100, okay, I can give that up. But like 1,000, dude, maybe I should. I don't know how old you are, but like if you're 40, that gives me hope or something like that. Like, hey, in my 40s, I can put up $1,000 and get a chance to win 12 grand. 12 freaking grand, dude. That's how much student loans I have left. If I won that, I would put it straight to my student loans because college was a waste of money. Edward, good morning from South Florida. Good morning. Can't believe they were risking Cook here. Yes, yeah. I think we went over that. Kevin B, PPR, Cousins or Taysom Hill? I'd go Hill, dude. I'd go Hill. I like the matchup, and again, safe floor, dude. Mallet fingers hurt. Let's run the ball with Taysom Hill. Maybe they're going to run with Alvin Kamara, and Taysom Hill may not do anything. They may be up by big, but I think Hill has got a safe floor. You should be fine. I don't think he's put up or had a game with under 17 fantasy points as a starter, if I'm not mistaken. Like last year, he started 4 games. This year, he started 1. He has not had a game with under 17 fantasy points. I like the odds. I really do. I need a wide receiver and a flex. Hunt, Claypool, Gallup, KJ Osborne, Doug. KJ Osborne and Gallup. That's what I do. Very disappointed in Cooper. Aftershock value says that. Okay. Please help, Caliente Kid. Okay, I mean, you got $12,000 on the line. I guess I got to help. Chase Claypool Pollard, thanks in advance. You rock. It'd be Jamar Chase, man. If T. Higgins doesn't play, it's especially Jamar Chase. Like, the 49ers have given up a lot of big plays over the air. This is going to be another game where Jamar Chase could excel. So this could be it. What's up, bro? Smash that like button. Kicks plug, thank you. So you can catch COVID-19 from a vax person. Crazy world. And then Rubio saying, old news. Are we about to get political in here? Are we about to get political? Listen, I'm not going to give any sort of stance on anything, but you guys knock yourself out in the chat. I'm going to grab my popcorn. I'm going to grab my Great Value water right over here and just be like, ooh, just read the chats, eat the popcorn, get political. I love it. No, I really don't. I hate it. But, CB, should I start KJ Osborne tonight or wait to see if Keenan Allen plays? And if not, I will have to start Gallup. Okay. I mean, it's not that big of a difference between Osborne and Gallup. Yeah. No, I would wait. I'd wait. Don't risk on KJ Osborne. MKS, hey man, like a channel, keep it up. Question: need to get into playoffs. Rough year. Start 3 PPR. Oh, our first demand. Zeke, Barkley, Pollard, Hunt, Mooney, Mike Williams if he plays. Oh my gosh, you got a wide pool of people. What happened in the days of the fantasy questions being like, Hey man, KJ Osborne or Michael Gallup? Huh, Gallup. Not like start 3, full flex, PPR, Zeke. Oh, 3? Oh, I thought you said just 1. Oh, I gotta have to think on this, man. Zeke. Mike Williams and Barkley. That's what I would do. That's what I would do. Ty Johnson or Ty Montgomery due to Ingram on COVID? Ty Johnson. Ty Johnson. Uh, okay. Big Dog Pound, what you got for me? Javante. Oh, who would I take out of your lineup? I would replace a Judy with either Deontay Foreman or James Robinson. That's what I would do. Jerry Judy in the Broncos passing game is just so inconsistent. I can't trust it. I can't trust it. Ty Johnson over Darrell Williams, kicks plug. Lions blew my ticket. Man, you're okay. Yeah. They really did. Oh man, they really did. Surprised a lot of people there. Okay, Rubio, you're saying he did not show up as questionable. This is according to the Daryl Henderson news. Let me pull up that report real quick, okay? I think it's on. Give me 1 sec, because I want to confirm. I don't want to tell you guys misinformation. It was something I did read that Sony Michel could be in line to be playing. While I'm pulling that up, McLaurin or Elijah Moore? Out of the two, which one would I pick? It'd be Elijah Moore, man. It'd be Elijah Moore. Gosh, it's not under his. Okay. See, here's the thing. I go to this site a lot. You guys probably know about the site. Let me show you guys. Fantasy Pros. You guys know about it, right? So basically, like, they just give you player news on everything. By the way, cool tip, by the way, on how I've been able to be so successful in our ranking sheet and like predicting who's going to go off and who's not going to go off. You know, starting and sitting is like a little bit tougher, but like as far as the season goes, like who's going to be a good player or not to have for the season, is I go down here to NFL and then I go to news, and I do that every day during the off season. Now I just look at every single player news that they have, every single one. So this is what I did. This is where I go for my NFL news. And I think I saw something about Darrell Henderson. I'm not lying to you guys. I saw. Oh my gosh! If I find it, I am gonna show you guys. But yeah, from what I read, it was like Darrell Henderson was gonna be limited in some sort of capacity. I'm gonna look it up. But anyways, Big Ben for Tannehill or Cam? Wait, Big Ben or Tannehill or Cam? Fast? Tannehill? Fast? Cam. Cam would be my guy. Hopkins or Connor for flex? It'd be Connor, man. You asked the question twice. You spamming. Sony Michel or Deontay Foreman? It'd be Michel if Henderson doesn't play, but I mean, it's gonna be Foreman. Kanako Salt. He's asking this question 3 times now. My dude, it's okay. Oh, 4 times. Oh my gosh. How do we kick out someone from the chat? I'm sorry, dude. I got to get rid of you. Oh, it just deletes one message. Oh my gosh. Remove. Everybody go in the chat right now and see the messages that I'm removing. Kanako Salt. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I can't have spam. I just can't. This is the weekend where Henderson loses his job. LOL. Chris, I don't know if that was like you're serious about that or not, but maybe he does. I don't know. Okay, I'm still up in the air about this Darrell Henderson news. Like, it's freaking okay. Henderson was active for the Rams game against the Jaguars on Sunday, but he was only available on an emergency basis. Perfect. I think it's really good to get Sony going. McVay said on Monday in regards to if Michelle would have more of a role going forward. Let me actually show you guys this real quick so you guys can follow along. Let me load this up right here. Oh, freaking ads, man. Flipping. Let me put my face down here. Flipping. Gosh, dang it. Freaking. All right. I think it's really good to get Sony Michelle going. I think it's a rhythm runner, but I think we definitely would want to find ways to still have Daryl as a big part of it. Okay. McVay has seemed to ride his workhorse backs. Yeah, is preparing for a heavy dose of Michelle on Monday night. Okay, Cardinals head coach Cliff Kingsbury said that this week that this team is preparing for a heavy dose of Michelle on Monday night. While Kingsbury obviously doesn't know LA's backfield plans, it would make sense for the Rams to give Henderson at least one more week to get healthy. Boom, there it is. Okay, clear that up. So Kingsbury himself is planning for Sony Michelle. This person, whoever wrote this article right here, says it would make sense for the Rams to give Henderson at least one more week to get healthy. I think that's what I read. So I think Henderson is going to be sitting. I think. Rico, Chuba or Hilliard this week? It would be Chuba for me. Madison or Cook to sit both. I don't know, dude. I'll be honest with you, Braden. I have no idea. I have no idea how this is going to work. It's kind of concerning, man. I don't know if it's going to be 50-50 split. I don't know whether to go with someone else. They're both very, very talented to where you can't sit them. I just don't. I can't. Are you like you have to win and you're facing the best team in the playoffs and you got to take some risks? Go with Dalvin Cook. But if you need a safe floor, nah, I wouldn't risk any of them. I'm sorry, dude. I know that's not the answer you want, but yeah, that might be best. Ashton, I skipped over you. Ty Johnson or Ernest Johnson? David Johnson? I don't know. Ty Johnson, though. Got one more for you. Chuba Hubbard or Barkley? It would be Hubbard. I am running. No, it would be Barkley for me. It'd be Barkley. I am running long on time, but let me go ahead and answer a couple more. By the way, if you missed yesterday's rant, or we talked about the future of Time2Football, and I went ahead and addressed like this is not a fantasy football channel. I'm gonna go ahead and like I know what's coming up. I know it's gonna be like, oh, you guys are gonna tune in until like week 17, and then after that, viewership is gonna drop. So that's like, that's why I'm not making this a fantasy football channel only. One of the main reasons. As far as the Q&A goes for this Sunday, I have officially decided I'm not doing it anymore. Live streaming 6 days a week, plus fantasy football is not my passion. It gets kind of tiresome and exhausting to dedicate a whole hour answering questions. So just to give you guys a little bit of insight, that's not going to be happening anymore. But for the live chat, I'll gladly answer any sort of questions that you guys have. Ashton, my man, no need to spam, dude. No need to spam. Need to flex. Ty Johnson and Henderson if Henderson plays. I have Justin Jefferson playing tonight, but need another wide receiver. Higgins if he plays, Evans, DK, or Renfro, PPR. Higgins if he plays, but I doubt it. So it'd be Mike Evans. That's what I would do. Elijah Moore or IU could be more. It'd be more for me. I think that's it. DK or Kamara. Kamara. It'd be Kamara. All right. I'm going to go ahead and sign off right here. But I appreciate you guys joining in for this episode of Time2Football. Thank you guys for all that you've done and showing your constant support. Means a lot. And I'm going to continue to come out with these live shows every day. Stay tuned for tomorrow, Friday. We're going to be talking about Prize Picks and Prediction Strike. as well as Thursday Night Football here tonight. Going to be recapping that on tomorrow's show as well. Minnesota Vikings, Pittsburgh Steelers here tonight. Who you got? Leave your comment. With all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. And remember to be 25 again.